Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have actually me on camera playing against Heather on Burn in a matchup that could be difficult. I mean, Burn is a aggressive deck, but it's also going to have a whole bunch of control elements when you're talking about a creature-based combo. Of course, I do have Batterskull, which could prove to be a problem. Aether Vial coming in off of a non-basic, so Price of Progress is going to be live here for at least a couple of damage. Though don't expect this game to go too long. Burn usually doesn't let your opponent hang around much. Turn 3 or 4, very typical, uncontested, and Swift Spears swing a Rift Bolt suspended, meaning that next turn that's going to represent 2, 4, and 3 is at least 7 damage, plus all of that open mana. I mean, this could literally be lethal. Could be very lethal. Looks like a choppy feed on my end. Brainstorm plus fetch land. So no combo going to be possible this turn. Another Aether File joins in, and that means the combo could come down during the end step, which is an interesting possibility. Of course, that Violet one could throw out a chump blocker. Not a ton of those in the deck, but it is within the realm of possibilities. An Exquisite Firecraft going upstairs. Oh, and getting dazed. That is crazy. You do not see Exquisite Firecraft getting dazed very often. There was no other instance except the Rift Bolt in Heather's graveyard. So, Nomad and Core coming in. 7 life left. What's it going to be? A Narcomoeba. Looks like not quite the ideal draws here. No Cephalid Illusionist. A Goblin Guide. And now Eidolon. Heather Hellbent. So no triggers. Force of Will stopping the Eidolon. And everything turns sideways. 4 damage incoming. Getting a land from the Goblin Guide. Is there going to be any blocks? I mean, there kind of has to be. You got to at least take down a Swift Spear here. You got 2 power. And the Nomad and Core can actually redirect one of the damage. Ooh, and Stoneforge Mystic as well. Wow, Batterskull. Pretty likely probability here of winning this game. Things just not quite lining up for Heather. A little too creature heavy. And the top of her deck is going to need to bail her out of this because Batterskull is going to come down. And that is going to be a really bad outcome for Burn 9 times out of 10. Once that germ gains life for its controller, that is usually about scooping time. So a minimal amount of damage, as Stoneforge Mystic, of course, can block the Monastery Swift Spear. Just wanted like one burn spell, and that turn would have been radically different. Just got to push through 4 damage, but can't swing, as Batterskull will just destroy this board. Exquisite Firecraft resolving would have been game over. That daze, absolutely crucial. Yeah, just not having enough instants and sorceries. Now, I don't think Heather's light on instants and sorceries, or non-creature spells. She may have some vortexes in there instead of other direct damage spells. There's some flexibility right now in different ways of building burn. You've got Skewer the Critic. I mean, if you go really far, I mean, there's also the Prowess build, which I think is really its own archetype. I really would differentiate in between the regular burn decks, traditionally running Price of Progress, though some of them no longer running that card, or at least not in the main. Batterskull swings and 4 life is gained. And that's probably going to do it. It's going to be really, really tough for Heather to get out of this. Playing a land, opening up the possibility of double Price of Progress, which is fairly sus. Yeah, I don't know about playing that second land. If Heather's 2 cards in hand were Price of Progress, I mean, perhaps I had a counter spell as well. But that could have been an issue. Really, you just need to hold down the fort. The nice thing about the third land, of course, is picking up the Batterskull and then putting it back down. That's a very useful trick until you get to 5 mana, in which case you're often just happy handing the Batterskull off to one of your onboard creatures. Yeah, must have just had a bad internet connection. Looks like it's even a little pixelated. Mountain for Heather, just mountain go. Responded to with a lightning bolt, which may be a crucial card. Boy, lightning bolt is super high value. She must have multiples in her hand. Bolt is going to make it so it's really difficult to win with your creature combo. You have to have exactly the right enablers. You can't win with Shuko if they have the lightning bolt. You've got to have the Nomad in core. And then, of course, you can potentially just bolt the Nomad if they do draw the Cephalid, really complicating the board state. But instant speed removal, very strong in this matchup. Eidolon of the Great Revels has come down. And you know what? Is probably very happy with that situation. Swords to Plowshares. Heather gains a couple life. I lose 2 life. Seems fine. And Heather not making use of her mana. Stoneforge Mystic grabbing Batterskull, which gets stomped. Bonecrusher Giant, a very interesting addition. And you know, that life, the prevention clause on him, eliminating damage being prevented, is so much bigger than it might appear at first look. Him and Questing Beast can just wreak havoc on a number of normally pretty reasonable situations for your opponent. I'm talking about things like True Name Nemesis or Glacial Chasm. All of a sudden, they are not doing anything, and all of the damage is just pouring through what otherwise would have been a solid defense. Another Stoneforge Mystic has shown up. Brainstorm creating some extra value, putting the Batterskull on top, enabling Stoneforge to have full value instead of just finding a Shuko. Searing Blood. But it looks like 5 mana might be on the table here. We've got 4 already. 1 more, and Batterskull can just literally be cast and turn this game around. Now, it will trade the Germ for the Bonecrusher Giant, but being up 4 life seems fine. Oh, no. Fire Blast targeting these. It's got to be the Nomad in core. There's a Force of Will to stop that. Oh, and she's got another Fire Blast. What a tense game. Heather, 1 card left in hand, but no mana. just needs to get through 2 swings. This is a little bit of a decision depending on what else is in the hand. I mean, Batterskull coming down would be brutal. So if I draw a land, that's going to be great news. Of course, if you draw your combo, you're very happy with that as well. There is always the slight possibility that that last card in hand could be a piece of graveyard hate like Fairy Macabre or Surgical Extraction. It wouldn't be shocking given that Heather didn't use the card and she did have access to mana. So I'd say that's probably likely. Holding on to an extra land, not really necessary when you're not running Searing Blaze. And Stoneforge Mystic is able to arrive and grab Shuko. Heather shows, looks like Exquisite Firecraft. And that is gonna do it. I guess it would be unlikely that it would be the graveyard hate to have her sacrifice all in like that as well. Very interesting game. What was my life total when that started? I wonder if she could have just killed me. Oh, that was a really interesting game. All right, well, I may have to rewatch that one. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.